Hi, hello everyone! I'm Toshi from Japan and tourist guide for foreigners. In this video, I'll show you
whether Japan has gotten worse or not for foreign tourists in 10 years.
For over 30 years, I've lived in Japan and worked as a tour guide and YouTuber, diving into Japan's culture, daily life, and tourism trends for foreigners. Plus, I've spent 2 years working in the US and have traveled to 75 countries. So, with this experience, I can really look at Japan through a traveler's eyes and make comparisons to other countries. In the last decade, the number of visitors to Japan has nearly tripled. But here's the big question: has Japan actually gotten better or worse for foreign tourists over these 10 years? In this video, I'll give you a brutally honest answer based on my experiences and insights. I'll break down 5 ways Japan has improved and 5 areas where things might have gotten more challenging. These are the things that will directly impact your travel experience, so it's worth knowing what to expect. And at the end, I'll also share my thoughts on where I see Japan's tourism future heading for foreign visitors. Beyond my YouTube channel, I'm here to help visitors get the most out of their trips to Japan.
If you would like to request a guide in Japan or have any questions regarding your travel itinerary, please contact me from the link in the description section.
By watching this video, you'll get a clear picture of Japan's highs and lows for tourists today, along with tips to make your trip as enjoyable as possible. So, stay tuned and let's dive in.
So, let's get started.
5 good points. Number 1. More activities for foreign tourists.
In the last 10 years, Japan has really stepped up its game for foreign tourists, especially since the government made tourism a national priority. Originally, experiences were mainly focused on traditional culture, like kimono dressing, tea ceremonies, and geisha events. But now, the range of activities has expanded dramatically. For example, you can go on bar hopping tour with locals, take sake brewery tour, or even try Japanese taiko drumming. There are also new options to stay overnight in historic temples and castles, or even take a helicopter tour to Mount Fuji. And that's just the start. You'll also find bonsai making workshops, Japanese sword forging experiences, and farming activities in rural areas. According to the Japan Tourism Agency, these types of experiences have doubled in the last decade, and more than half of international visitors now participate in these tours. Plus, with more multilingual guides available, it's easier than ever to jump in.
If you are looking for a deep, memorable way to experience Japan, there are so many options waiting for you.
Number 2. More multicultural dining options.
In the past decade, Japan has made big strides in offering multicultural dining options. We've seen a significant increase in restaurants providing vegan and vegetarian dishes, as well as halal options for Muslim visitors. Since 2018, the number of halal-certified restaurants has grown by about 30%, especially in popular tourist areas, and there are now over 1,000 restaurants across Japan with vegan and halal options. Airports like Kansai and Narita now also have dedicated facilities for these dietary needs, making it easier for visitors right from their arrival. This change is driven by the increase in international tourists and was further encouraged by the lead-up to the 2020 Olympics, where Japan prepared for a more diverse audience. With more choices to accommodate different dietary preferences and religions, foreign visitors are finding dining in Japan more comfortable and accessible.
And this trend is only expected to grow, with Japan likely to continue expanding multicultural dining options in the future.
Number 3. Improved tourist information for foreign visitors.
While it's true that many Japanese people still aren't fluent in English, Japan's tourist information services have made huge improvements over the past decade. More multilingual staff are now available at popular tourist spots and major train stations, which makes it much easier for visitors to get help without a language barrier. As I explained in my previous video, there's also been a big increase in multilingual apps and brochures available in languages like English, Korean, and Chinese, giving tourists easy access to information about attractions. For example, according to government reports, the number of sites with multilingual staff has grown by about 30% from 2013 to 2023. Today, Around 70% of major tourist destinations have staff who can assist in English or other languages. Plus, English signage in urban areas has expanded, making it much easier for visitors to find their way.
Overall, these efforts have created a more welcoming environment where tourists can explore Japan confidently and comfortably.
Number 4. Japan is cheaper than before.
Over the past decade, Japan's economic trends, such as deflation and a weaker yen, have made traveling here surprisingly affordable for foreign tourists. Due to the yen's depreciation, travel costs are now about 40% lower compared to pre-COVID times, making Japan an exceptionally budget-friendly destination. In fact, a 2023 report from the UK Post Office ranked Tokyo as the fourth most affordable tourist destination worldwide. I've even heard feedback from some of my Polish tour guests who said it felt like everything was on sale, and they were pleasantly surprised by how affordable Japan turned out to be. However, with Japan's renewed popularity, hotel rates and entry fees to popular attractions are gradually rising again. Plus, the government is considering a new tourism tax, which could lead to higher costs in the future.
So, if you want to come to Japan, I recommend you visit Japan as soon as possible.
Number 5. More stay options.
Japan's accommodation options have really transformed in the last decade. Before, most options were traditional inns or Japanese-style business hotels, which, while unique, sometimes felt limited for foreign travelers. But now, with an increase in international hotel chains, plus a boom in guest houses and capsule hotels, travelers can choose from a wide range of places to stay. Big hotel chains and luxury accommodations are popping up in major cities, while budget options like hostels and capsule hotels are becoming more popular. Vacation rentals like Airbnb have also taken off, making it easier to stay in local neighborhoods. Just a heads up, this variety is mostly found in cities, so if you're visiting more rural areas, choices might be a bit limited.
Japan's accommodation diversity makes it easier than ever for visitors to stay comfortable and affordable.
5 bad points. Number 6. Overcrowding in Japan's tourist hotspots.
Japan's popularity as a travel destination has skyrocketed. As of September 2024, visitor numbers are up 31.5% from last year and 26.4% higher than pre-COVID levels, breaking records for 8 months straight. This surge has led to overcrowding in top destinations like Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, where over-tourism has become a real challenge. For many visitors, the lines and crowds can detract from the unique cultural experiences they came for. To address this, the Japanese government is promoting lesser-known regions by designating 11 new emerging destinations to encourage travelers to explore beyond the main hotspots. I've covered some of these areas in my previous video.
So, if you are looking for a quieter, more authentic Japanese experience, be sure to check it out.
Number 7. Tourist behavior issues.
As tourism has surged in Japan, so have issues around visitor behavior in some popular spots. For example, the famous Mount Fuji Lawson convenience store, where visitors love to capture Mount Fuji in the background, had to install black curtains to block the view due to crowding and frequent rule-breaking by some tourists, which impacted the scenery. In Kyoto, certain areas have seen an increase in tourists crossing private paths, leading to a fine of 10,000 yen for violators and signs advising against it to help protect the daily life of local residents. In Nara Park, incidents of visitors mistreating deer surfaced on social media, prompting police intervention to remind tourists in multiple languages not to harm the animals. It's worth noting that most tourists are respectful, but a small number of these incidents can affect Japan's unique beauty and traditions.
To all my viewers, I know you are thoughtful travelers, so please help protect these special places by following local guidelines.
Number 8. Japan's traditional culture is at risk.
Let's talk about the fading of traditional Japanese culture in popular tourist areas. Increased commercial development has led to a more modernized look in many places, and as a result, some areas have lost a bit of their traditional charm. For instance, The rise of Western-style hotels in hot spring towns has decreased the number of authentic Japanese inns, changing the classic onsen experience. Also, traditional festivals are struggling due to an aging population and fewer successors, which puts unique local traditions at risk of disappearing. On top of that, rising sea temperatures have affected fish stocks, leading to potential price increases for sushi and sashimi, the staples of Japanese cuisine. As these changes unfold, it's understandable to feel a sense of loss for the classic Japanese experience. For those who want to see Japan's traditions up close, now may be the best time to visit.
I've touched on this in my previous video, but the chance to enjoy unique Japan's culture may not last forever.
Number 9. New tourism taxes and foreign price.
In recent years, Japan has introduced various tourism taxes aimed at maintaining attractions and addressing over-tourism. For instance, Osaka has implemented a new tourist tax, while Niseko, a popular destination for its powder snow, has established a lodging tax. Koyasan, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Wakayama Prefecture, has introduced an entrance fee, and Okinawa, known for its beautiful beaches and resorts, is also seeing new lodging taxes. These measures are intended to promote sustainable tourism. Additionally, there's a growing concern about price disparities for foreign tourists. For example, at a restaurant in Shibuya called Tamatabako, the all-you-can-eat seafood meal costs 7,678 yen for foreigners, while Japanese customers pay only 6,578 yen minus 100 yen less. This pricing disparity is not always transparent. Some businesses have developed exclusive menus for foreigners, offering more expensive services. For instance, the famous beef bowl chain Yoshinoya has introduced inbound menus at around 2,000 to 2,500 yen, which is significantly higher than typical prices. Moreover, at the Toyosu Fish Market in Tokyo, high-priced seafood bowls are becoming available, priced at 7,000, 14,000, or even 18,000 yen, which are not affordable for most Japanese citizens. However, these options are highly popular among foreign tourists and have proven successful. While I'm not defending Japan, it's worth noting that similar practices exist in other countries. For instance, entrance fees at Singapore's Gardens by the Bay, Hawaii's Diamond Head, or Thailand's Wat Pho Temple all differentiate prices for locals and foreigners. In Japan, this topic sparks mixed opinions. While many Japanese people are struggling with the weak yen and rising costs, there's a desire not to discriminate against foreign visitors.
What do you think about these developments? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section.
Number 10. Climate change is altering Japan's seasons and events.
Japan is feeling the effects of global warming, with rising temperatures and increasingly unpredictable weather. Every year, summer temperatures get hotter, especially from July to September, when high humidity and intense heat make it tough for visitors. Heat stroke cases are rising, and a friend from the US even spent most of their summer visit indoors to avoid the extreme heat. Climate change is also increasing the frequency and intensity of typhoons, raising Japan's disaster risk. Seasonal events are affected too. In 2024, cherry blossoms bloomed about a week later than usual, and the rainy season began 2 weeks late. This fall, Japan's government announced that peak autumn foliage might also arrive later than normal. As these climate change become more frequent, there's a possibility that some regions may no longer have their iconic cherry blossoms or autumn leaves in the future.
Number 11. Conclusion and advice.
As we've seen, there have been both positive and negative changes in Japan over the past decade that can impact your travel experience. Personally, I believe Japan has become an easier and more welcoming destination for international visitors, which is one reason why the number of tourists has tripled over the last 10 years. However, keep in mind that the Japan you're imagining today might not be the same if you wait too long to visit. That's why, if you're interested in experiencing Japan's incredible landscapes, traditions, and cuisine, I'd recommend planning your trip sooner rather than later. I truly believe you'll have a more enjoyable and comfortable experience visiting now, while it's still affordable and easily accessible. Don't miss the chance to explore Japan at its best.
How was today's video? If you would like to request a guide in Japan, or have any question regarding your travel itinerary, please contact me from the link in the description section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you in my next video. Bye!